Welcome to the Houston Hustle, the podcast that spotlights the movers, the makers, and the doers shaping the city we love. Each week, we sit down with Houston's top entrepreneurs to talk who they are, how they built it, the principles that drive them, and what success means beyond the highlight reel. This is Real Hustle, Real Stories, Real Houston. Welcome to Houston Hustle. I'm Dr. Paige Ward.
And I'm Dr. Charlie Ward.
And today we have our guest, Brian Constance, on. Brian, for those who don't know you, tell us about who you are and what you do.
So my name is Brian Constance. I'm here from Houston, Texas. I'm an oil and gas consultant for all your major oil and gas operators around the world, and basically oversee all the well site operations from day to day, budgeting, cost, safety, operation, everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then also I own a clothing label called Blue Collar Standard Co. So
very cool.
Yeah.
So what is your background? Like, was this always the path?
Yeah. So I dropped out of 10th grade. And
No, I did not know that about you.
Yeah.
Okay, keep going.
So I don't have any formal education, and I started in the oil field when I was 15. Started working for cash under the table, and then when I was 18, I applied and got an actual job and flew offshore and worked offshore for a really long time. And then I just kind of worked my way from the bottom up and started working for myself.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
What type of mindset stuff do you feel like you went through with all that?
It's definitely a struggle. So in my business, and like the way you're like away from home all the time, right? And away from your family, away like this year alone on this holiday, right? And that's really the hardest part is really the mental part and the struggle. Once you get over that mental aspect of things, everything becomes a lot easier. But I mean, even me being in this business as long as I have been, it's still like the number one thing that consumes me at times, right? It's not even the work. It's not the stress from the job or nothing like that. It's just mentally, some days you just check out, right? Because I mean, you're not home, you're away from everything. And it seems like everything happens when you're away from home.
Oh yeah.
Right. And then like you live life through social media and through like a screen sometimes when you FaceTime your family every day, right? But like, especially during the holidays, it's hard because, you scroll or whatever and you're on social media or whatever, you see everybody doing everything with their families and things like that. And it's that can get away from you pretty fast, right? Because you're not home to do that. And you're kind of living through everybody else. But going back to what I was saying too was the mental aspect though, like I tell guys that are like first coming on and like really getting into this industry is like, that is the number one thing. Like you have to be headstrong.
Yeah.
I mean, I see guys come out, I've seen them last 2 days, and it's because they don't have the right mindset, so it's different breed of people that have to be able to go out there and do that kind of work,
Absolutely.
and be able to perform on a regularly basis. I mean, it's 365, 24/7, especially for me. And making very important calls, like for what I do, and over the entire operation itself, and that's can be pretty stressful, especially when things are going wrong. And, you got millions and millions of dollars on the line every day. People's, one wrong move on my part, and I kill somebody.
Oh my God.
I'm done,
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah.
So how do you feel like you deal with that pressure?
I thrive on pressure. Like I think I thrive best under pressure when I have 100 things going on to do. Some ADHD.
Me too.
And
I'm that way. But it's chaos. It's just like zone.
So I literally just took my Vyvanse on the way here. So I'm like, hey, yeah, I thrive under pressure the best, I feel like, and I've always been able to perform that way. It's like when you procrastinate something, like I know, like, okay, I got a hard deadline, and I'll wait till like the very last or the last minute to do it. But I perform best that way.
And then you're like in flow.
Right, because you're 100% focused and committed to that task, But yeah, going back, like it's just the mental part of it. I think it's really the hardest part of getting over. And I tell people too, like, if you come into this like I did before you have a family and kids, married and all that stuff, it's a lot easier to adapt because you really don't have the stresses of the house.
Right.
But like if you're coming into this industry and you already got an established family and all that, then you used to being home every day, you have a high failure rate.
Yeah.
There, you get what I'm saying? So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Having to adapt to a life like that.
Yes.
Do you feel like, so this is something we've talked about before, is like a lot of people talk about work-life balance. And I feel like, especially in business, that can be really challenging for entrepreneurs. So we've talked about, like, for me, and I don't know about the same for you, because, and I don't have nearly the hours that you do in terms of away from people, but I try to be just intentional when I am with my family.
Yeah, 100%. And like right now, like I kind of work on a rotation myself, it varies time to time, but my phone always rings, right? So I might have one main client that I service full time, as my primary, but I have maybe another company over here needing some consultation on wells, one over here, and then, people that are employed by me and stuff too, like through my firm and everything, it's 24/7. It's like having a whole nother gig, So, I mean, but like to try to balance it out, like I try to plan my days out pretty accordingly. Sometimes it don't work out like that, but
Right.
like when I am home, I try to be involved with them as much as I can,
Yeah.
and but they understand like my phone ring and stuff like that too. It's just part of what comes with the
Right.
package, So you just kind of learn. I just kind of go day by day with it, minute by minute, just whatever. So I try to spend as much time as I can, because you never know too when you're gonna get a call and be like, hey, we're having issues, you need to get out of it. So she'll tell you.
Tell us a little bit about your clothing line too.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So about 4 years ago, I think I started dabbling with social media and TikTok, and so I just bored at work one day and made a video, and I got off of it, and like a week went by and everyone was like, hey Brian, like you're all over the internet right now, like
You're kind of a big deal.
yeah. And I was like, oh, what? I was like, no way. So I signed back in, and like it had like 5+ million views on it, like probably 500,000 reactions to it, like 200,000 or 300,000 comments and shit. I was like, holy crap. So then I was like, maybe I'm onto something here, right?
Yeah.
So I think I was on the front end of all the blue collar and oil field content development of that. I know there's like probably a couple guys that were doing it like before me, but I really wasn't aware of it because I really wasn't on that app or nothing at the time. So, but yeah, fast forward, I started making videos and started getting a lot of traction. And it's, when you try to do things, it doesn't really go as planned, but whenever you're not really trying and don't have expectations is whenever things go the best, right?
Right.
And I'm just like in all aspects of my life, honestly, and so I've always like, what, I just kind of always want to do like a shirt and hat business, right? Just for fun.
Yeah.
Why not, right? Have this concept, see if I can monetize off of it. And so I got like a first round of hats and shirts made, and like started off on the back of a tailgate, right? And now like we're worldwide.
That's so cool.
Right. So like, and you never know, like it's crazy like how like social media and things now, like all the tools we have nowadays can change your life.
Yeah. You were telling us that, like, how you get monetized with it. And,
right.
I mean, I don't know, like when we were in the generation growing up where like everything I feel like has changed so much from then. So staying up on top of all of that is just huge. Yeah, it is. And it's a full-time task. I mean, and like now, like I don't really make as much content as I used to. And it's to the point now though, like we're kind of like a household name in a way for what we do. So it kind of it's like a, how would you say it? Like repeat business, like all the people that like self-sustaining type deal. It kind of like flows itself now, but I still like every time I go out to West Texas or whatever, I think I probably still do more business on the back of the tailgate than I do in stores and in my storefront, it's just, those guys want that. It's part of the culture, right? Absolutely. Yeah, everyone's out there supports each other. And I mean, that's organic marketing, right? Right. So I mean, yeah, and it's like whenever, you're right. And when you have an influence on an industry and people too, it's a lot easier to push things, right? Yeah, absolutely. 100%. And that's one thing I've learned too. What are some values associated with your brand then that so somebody that might not know about it? Right. So, man, we're all about the hustle. It's a 24/7, 365 deal. It's not a way of life. It's a lifestyle, right? Absolutely. You have to be 100% in it, committed to what we do. I mean, even not just oil and gas, but all your blue collar and trades across the world. It's you'll notice what's crazy is like people take more pride in that kind of work, and that's why people post so many pictures and stuff like myself and videos and start making content, because they're proud of what they do, right? Yeah, and then it's just people, and that was my main thing. I'm a people person, and I'm always trying to help people, motivate people, inspire things, way to come better, mentor and things like that, right? Because I mean, not a lot of people do that. A lot of people try to gatekeep and keep things for themselves too. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a scarcity mentality, right? Like, and there's just so much. Like, I don't want to live in a scarcity world. There's room for everyone at the top. Yeah, no, that's the way I work too. Is like so many guys are like the few that do the job that I do and have. They keep a lot of stuff from people because they're afraid that someone might come in and take their position or whatever, right? And that's just the reality that we live in. But me, like for all the guys that work for me and on my locations, it's like I try to bring everybody,
to close to where I'm at, because the more people that are close to what your skill set is, stronger team you're going to have, and better you're going to perform, right? And everything's going to work a lot more smooth. And I don't know everything. I really don't. Like, I pick up stuff from guys that's only been in the industry for, a couple of weeks to months, right? But I try to utilize everybody's strengths, right? That's what I do. Like, somebody might be good at one thing over here, and somebody might be good at this over here. Not everyone's gonna be great at the same thing. So I try to figure out what everyone's strengths are and weaknesses are, and then we go from there and either build up from there and try to utilize what we got.
I love that. I think that's such good energy. Just like there's room for everybody to win versus the gatekeeping, because that you see that a lot. You see that in so many professions.
Yeah.
People are always just trying to sell you things too. Like, well, I'll maybe give you this information if you pay me this amount. And there's nothing wrong with profiting from your knowledge, but also just like wanting other people to.
It's like the courses that you pay for online. You see people like trying to promote courses and stuff, and how they got rich or how they build this business and stuff, right? Like me, like, I'm an open door policy. I'm like, you want to ask questions, come here. I said, but I always tell my guys too, it's like, whenever you guys really want to learn stuff, my job is easy. When things are going right, it's when you have to troubleshoot and start really figuring things out, because at the end of the day, like, that is my job.
Yeah.
Right. That's what,
that's what you get paid the big bucks for.
Right.
Yeah. So speaking of that, we always talk about everyone sees the highlight reels. And you, like, I don't know you that well, right? I know you from the gym, but I remember always seeing you on socials and like talking about like going out into the oil field and all these things. I'm like, this guy's killing it. But that's the only picture of you I saw. So there is so much behind the scenes too that I'm sure you go through on a day-to-day basis. That's like hard stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. What was the time do you feel like was really hard for you in business that you had to overcome?
I'm going to say probably, 2014, right? We had a downturn and everybody was getting let go left and right. People were shutting the doors, reducing hours and wages and everything you can think of, because oil was once at $100-something a barrel, and it starts going south and people start freaking out, right? And then all of a sudden people with crap loads of overhead are like, oh shit, I'm in a bind, right? Yeah. Because they overspent.
Yeah.
They think oil's going to last at that price forever, which it don't. It's a commodity. It goes up and down. It has its peaks and valleys there. But I survived that. But again, that goes to being great at your job and what you do, right? And bringing more value to the table than just being, a consultant or what have you, right? Like, that's the way I looked at it. It's just, I always tell people, like, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and you can run it in 5 minutes, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So that's my reputation has always been, I try to keep it top notch, right? So that's what's kept me going there. And then COVID happened, and one of the clients that I was consulting for over 10 years there, they just completely just dropped everything,
Wow.
So I mean, it's times like that are like really challenging. Is like the downtimes, because when things are good, they're booming, you have no worries, right? But like right now, oil today is like $58, $59 a barrel, right? Not the greatest, but not the worst. But at the same time, it's like, if you're not performing, there's a good chance you're going to get cut right now.
Yeah, and so that's
because there's budgets and things that are in place, right? And we're trying to have optimal operations and excellence and all this safety at this tier when you have this budget, right? But like a lot of times when oil goes up and you have $80, $100 barrel oil, nothing matters then. I mean, you can be the worst of the worst and you're gonna get employed. Right.
I think that resilience is really important. Like when your back's up against the wall, because every business is going to have its up and down.
Right.
It's like how you handle yourself in both of those seasons.
Yeah, it's how you conduct yourself, and it's how well people respect you. And like for me, like every day, if I'm on location, first thing I do every morning is go out and check on my guys, see how they're doing. There's anything. See, I ask them what can I do for them, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm there to serve these people, because without them, I don't have a job.
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
I look at it.
That's 100%. Leadership mentality, 100%. And that's so important, because how you lead those people, I feel like has such a reflection on how successful you are.
That's it. Those people are your success.
Yeah.
Right. And it goes back to building people up too, and trying to educate them and mentor them. Especially, like I tell people all the time, I'm like, you want to know what I do? Get in my back pocket whenever I need to make phone calls.
Absolutely.
Like lining things out, doing all our well-controlled equations, and trying to figure out, our next steps, right? This troubleshooting is like, I tell everyone, you can be good at everything, right? But at the end of the day, my business gets paid to come in, and I'm basically, that's the way I sum it up. It's like when you get in trouble and you hire a lawyer, right?
Right.
For you to get out of trouble, they know all the ins and outs, right?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I do for the oil companies. I go in and I am that representation. I am the one who is ultimately responsible for every single move I make, right? Yeah. From the money to safety. Safety is always number one priority. I do not ever sacrifice safety or whatever. That's number one. You know, it's people and then everything else after that. But yeah, it's
no, I love those values. If somebody was going to be trying to get into your business, what would be your advice?
Well, I always tell people to do some research, right? Because there's so many different phases with what I do. There's drilling, there's a completions phase, there's a production phase. You know, there's a couple other little things in there, and then there's different services. Like you can be on a drilling rig, you can go to a frac crew, you can go to a wireline crew, coil tubing, you can go to workover. There's workover rigs. There's I mean, you BOP guys. I mean, you have literally a person for every nut and screw out there, right? So I would tell people to go do their research, right? Find out what interests you and piques your interest, but you may not know until you actually get out there. I have a lot of guys that actually start in one thing and then end up in another. Or like me, I have a little bit of experience in a couple other different little phases and sectors, right? Which is what makes me effective at my job now, is having that experience and being put in those positions. But I mean, at the end of the day, I would tell someone probably like right now, probably either get on with the coil tubing crew for what we do, or like on the production workover side of things, because those guys are always working, right? And you can do multiple things with those, right? I mean, if you're on a drilling rig, you're just drilling wells, right? Oil goes to crap, you're probably gonna get laid off. They're gonna lay that rig over. Same with the frac crews. I mean, you know, that's my main focus right now is completions and fracking and things. That's kind of what I'm over right now. But you know, those phases might die out. I mean, if you don't have drilling rigs, you can't complete a well, can't frac, can't do none of that. So like even like if you get on like a coil tubing unit or whatever, I mean, you're gonna go do production work, you can go do drill outs. I mean, you can do fishing jobs, you can do an assortment of things, you know. Yeah. Same with a workover rig. I mean, that's the production side. I mean, they always have to maintain wells. Okay. Right. So you're consistent. So it doesn't matter over here on like say the drilling completion departments shut down for now, but production always has to stay online, because I mean that's what makes the money at the end of the day, right? If it's not flowing, you're not making money. So. Absolutely.
Where do you see your future going? And what are the plans?
So like right now too, like I've been venturing out on like operating my own wells too, drilling, completing all that myself. I don't know if that's going to be like a full-time thing, but I just kind of like dabbling in it, right? For investment purposes, right? Absolutely. For my own thing, my own experiences. I mean, but you know, I hope to be retired here in the next couple of years, to be honest with you.
What are you going to do with your retirement?
I don't know. I don't know. I might drop down a little bit and not work as much and stuff, and kind of pick and choose what I want to work. But I mean, I don't know. That's kind of it. I don't really want to do much. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
You put in a lot of effort and work.
Yeah. I feel like what I do, what we do, like as many hours you put in, like you like triple your experience and like the amount of time, right? Because the time you're there, you know. So.
I mean, from what I get of you, I feel like you always find something that you can do. I'm because you just absolutely
right.
Just the next.
I'll find something. Right? Yeah. I'm vegan house smart. You can ask Courtney. I'll dabble in 100 different things, you know, and that's what makes me tick, you know.
But yes, absolutely.
I don't know. I'll probably just cut my time back. Yeah, because I enjoy what I do. Right, I love it. You know,
that's important.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll want to do anything else, to be honest with you. Yeah. Everyone says, you know, like you wake up and I mean, I literally have the job that I don't dream of having this as a kid, but like now it's like. It's the only thing I want to do, right? So I'm proud to wake up and do what I do every day. You know?
I love that.
You're making a difference, you know. You're literally, the world relies on the product that you are trying to deliver to. So it's it's cool to me, you know. Yeah.
Well, that's very cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to. Okay. Just for a little fun side note, favorite spot in Houston?
Oh, dude. Oh wow. I haven't got out much already.
Because you're so busy all the time?
Yes. I don't know if I really even have a favorite spot. I mean, there's live music or something. That's
Do you think you'll always stay in Houston?
I don't know.
Yeah?
Yeah, because we're looking at land right now in a couple other places. So
very cool. I like it.
We'll see where it goes. But I like where we're at up here.
Yeah.
Right. And there's it's not like a really city feel. But then again, too, like I want to get out even further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have some land and
Yeah.
opportunities for that.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So if our listeners want to connect with you, where's the best way to do that?
So I would just say you just go to the TikTok or whatever, the Blue Collar Standard Co. Just type that in, and that should pop me up right there.
Perfect. I mean, we'll put that in the show notes too.
Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I do Facebook and stuff too, but that's more like, personal.
Yeah, personal stuff.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, but TikTok's been a pretty awesome tool for my life, and growing things.
You were saying that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just for like clothing brand, but like my oil and gas business in general, right? It's like people find out who you are and everything like that. And they're peaked by you or interested in you. And then my phone starts ringing, like, hey, we got some work over here. You want to come, drill some wells for us? You want to come, complete some wells with us or whatever? Or just like, not that, just building my network with more people so I can help more people, right? It's growing my network. Hundreds of thousands, right? Yeah.
I mean, I remember like Facebook used to be the hot button thing, and then it was Instagram, and I feel like now TikTok is really
it is if you use it right. Like I think social media is the strongest tool we have, and it's almost absolutely free, right?
Yeah.
I think it's just how you utilize it, really. I mean, I get on there, I see a bunch of junk. It's like people putting their dirty laundry out, right?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely, the drama.
And then all of a sudden you're like, man, you were just airing this person out yesterday, now y'all are back together. And like, I don't want to see that stuff. But I mean, if you have a purpose and things like that, and can captivate an audience, then
it'll grow.
It definitely.
There's a lot of interest in that too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just like I say, it's free. Unless you want to pay for an ad. I mean,
right.
You could do that. I mean, I'm done. I'm not, it does. I mean,
it
has its ups and downs, right? But at the end of the day, I mean, all it takes is one person or two people to like catch on to your thing and just start sharing it, and all of a sudden it
starts to blow up.
Yeah, balloon effect.
No, I think that's a missed opportunity in a lot of business, including ours. We're getting the TikTok. I'm doing that this weekend, and we're gonna get this on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many people, like I said, especially from our generation, they did a lot of the Facebook, did a lot of Instagram, but I don't see a lot of TikTok.
Right.
So it is definitely a missing piece.
Like even like music I listen to nowadays. I find more of the music that I find now is even like on TikTok. People promoting music, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wish I had that when I was in bands, because it would probably
help you grow so much faster.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
It's been a pleasure.
And stay tuned next week for the next one. Thanks.
Thank you.
You've been listening to Houston Hustle, celebrating the entrepreneurs who are shaping our city. If you enjoyed this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone building their own dream. Until next time, keep building, keep learning, and keep hustling.